Hello everyone, this is Whimsyalienn, also known as Abby. This is the first part of my Del Sol Valley University. If you come here from my Twitter account, you probably know the current events happening in my city safe. Recently, Orange has decided she wants to go to university and she wants to study business, so I am building her the Del Sol Valley University Business School. If you don't know my city safe at all, I'll give you a quick rundown. Basically, Orange is the love child of Johnny Test and Nina Caliente, and the granddaughter of none other than Nancy Lalcorap. Long story short, Nancy wanted Orange to be her successor, but in the long run that meant stripping Orange of her freedom. After many years of manipulation, Orange finally got the guts to stand up against her grandmother, which meant she got fired from the family business and she was evicted from the house Nancy bought her. So now Orange is trying to figure out what to do with her life, without the support of her grandmother. And that brings us back to Orange wanting to study business. If you want to know the whole story, I'll leave a link with a thread in the description of this video. Now, going back to the building, in my mind, this is just the business school. I imagine there are many other faculties around that are part of the Del Sol Valley University. But since Orange wants to study business, that's all I'm building, because I'm lazy, to be honest. As you can see, at the moment I'm working on the facade. I based the facade on the, how it's called, the UCLA, University of California, Los Angeles. I thought since Del Sol Valley is like based in Los Angeles, that it was fitting. Later on, it doesn't look anything like UCLA, but the facade, I thought it was cute, so I based it on it. It was a bit of a struggle to get it to look more or less like the original. After all, the tools we have in The Sims are a bit limited. They are good, but they can't imitate the reality 100%. But I tried my best, and I think it came out pretty good. Here I was trying to get the general shape more or less, get an idea of where I wanted everything, where I wanted the windows, not putting too much detail yet, you know. You are going to see me jumping all over the place. I'm bad at focusing on one task. Actually, rewatching the video, I realized here when I placed the windows, I didn't change the color of the windows on the right. It's driving me crazy, and every time I go into the game to keep building it, I forget to do it, and I really need to change the color because I know people are going to point it out. So yeah, if you noticed, I did too. I just need to get to it, don't forget about it, and do it. So here is where I completely moved away from the actual layout of the university. The actual university is very long. It's like shaped like a church, I guess. I haven't investigated, but it had that kind of layout, and I didn't have the space in this lot, even it is a 64 by 64 lot, but there was no space to do that, so I changed it completely, and I was trying to come up with a layout that looked more or less good. I was basically winging it. I normally don't go with a plan in my head when I build. I just start building and see how it goes. Actually, that's why I had to cut a lot of the footage, because I fiddle around a lot and it was going to be so very long. So I had to cut a lot. I'm not used to recording my buildings, so I take a lot of time. And as you probably noticed, I move the camera around a lot. I'm checking how things look, and I do it so much. I had to cut a lot of that. It was a bit annoying, to be honest, but I'm not used to recording when I build, so I do my own thing. But I have to try and correct that because it's so annoying to edit it. Hopefully, little by little, I get better at it. Anyways, this build is going to be divided in several parts because it's so big and I'm a very slow builder, so I hope you'll stay with me to watch them. It will probably be at least 3 or 4 parts. I have to cut a lot of the decorating part because I'm bad at making decisions, and decorating involves a lot of decision making. Actually, what's going on in the video right now, it's a good example. Look at me struggling to pick a floor. And I actually had to cut a lot of it because it took me way longer than what you're seeing to pick the floor. As I said, I'm not good at making decisions, but I finally picked one. One from Batu, if I'm not mistaken. I know a big part of the community hates Batu, but honestly it has good flooring and good plants as well. Of course, the content of the pack itself was a bit unnecessary, but at least we got some good build and buy objects, I guess. Honestly, other than that, I haven't used it much since it came out. So I guess sorry about using it because it's not very popular. I actually use a lot of packs in this building since it's for myself and for my own gameplay. But I guess you can replace stuff without too much trouble. I'll try to make limited packs builds in the future or base game buildings, but this one I needed to use it all. Since it's for my own gameplay, I wanted it to look exactly how I have it in my head. It's also a custom venue from Adventure Awaits, so sorry if you don't have that pack. I guess you can set it as a library, probably it will work, or as a museum too. But for myself, what worked better was the custom venues, because that way I can pretend they have class with them. How are they called? The getaways. And with it I created like a timetable for errands with time to eat, classes, etc. I haven't played around too much with it yet since the pack came out, when I was kind of in a hiatus, but so far it seems it's very useful, to be honest. I used it for the vacation Orange and Wolfgang went not too long ago, and it worked pretty good, to be honest. Sims do what they have to do, which is surprising for this game. So even if I have to test it more, so far I like it. It's not bad. It would be even better if we could mix custom venues with businesses and apartments, but that's utopia, I guess. That's not going to happen, but it would be perfect. Basically a mix of adventure awaits for rent and businesses and hobbies. That could be the dream, because these things are not isolated from one another. You have in the same area businesses, apartments, and it could be great to have that. But oh well, we do what we can with what we have. But just imagine having apartments and little businesses on the first floor. It could be so cool. But at least for now we can only pretend. And speaking about packs, how do you feel about royalty and legacy? Because I'm still not sure how I feel myself. I will need to watch a live stream of the gameplay because I'm not sure how well it's going to work with the rest of the Sims worlds. I like the legacy aspect of it because of course I love legacies, But the royalty part, I don't know. I don't know if I want to have a king doing push-ups in Willow Creek or something like that. As an isolated thing, I think it could be great, just like The Sims Medieval was great. But as a part of The Sims 4 as it is right now, I'm not sure. I mean, it's going to be great for the Decades Challenge and for medieval players, of course, but for more normal gameplay, I don't know how it's going to work. I don't have Enchanted by Nature yet. I don't even know if I'll ever get it because I've been told it's super invasive, and I'm an occult player. I love occults, but I don't want to have fairies running around San Myshuno, you know? That's not the kind of gameplay I'm looking for. So if they worked on avoiding this, it could be much better. But oh well, we'll see how it goes. Anyway, sorry about jumping non-stop instead of speaking about the build. We are actually almost done for this part. I'm here trying to decorate the front part of the build. I don't know why it took me ages to pick a fountain and some benches. In the end, I choose a base game fountain, I think, and the Realm of Magic benches. I almost picked the ones from Romantic Garden, but the textures don't look too good anymore, and the Realm of Magic ones look way better in my opinion. It's good to see how the textures have evolved. I mean, there are some old base game stuff that still looks good, but there are other things that are questionable, to be honest. But I must say the Sims team has gotten much better in terms of texture. Sometimes there is still questionable stuff in the new packs, but in general, it's better. In my opinion, they have been greatly inspired by CC creators, and I think that's great, to be honest, because CC creators are way more conscious of the trends, while the Sims team stuff sometimes can look a bit dated. Anyways, I was jumping again and we are reaching the end of the video. So if you have enjoyed my jumping, please like, subscribe, comment, etc. The typical stuff. And if you have made it this far, thank you so much for staying and I hope I see you in the next video. Bye bye!